Hey guys! So today we are going to start a new lesson, lesson 25.1, the digestive system. I'm sure you guys already have a pretty good idea of what this is, but just a quick introduction. This is going to be your introduction into human anatomy, the study of the body systems and what they do and how they work together to get things done and to keep you alive, right? All right, so the digestive system, as you can probably guess, is involved in digesting your food. So it starts in the mouth and it goes through all of these organs. So you can see that the digestive system is a little more complex than what you expected. It's not just your mouth and your stomach. And each part of the digestive system has a very important role. So you have your mouth. You have an esophagus, which leads to the stomach, and then you have your small intestines, and then your large intestines, and then you have all of these extra little organs on the side, which are essential. So you have your pancreas, your liver, and your gallbladder, which are also extremely important when it comes to digestion, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about that sometime this week. All right, so here are some new words that you've probably heard some of these before. You've probably heard esophagus and large intestine and small intestine and liver, but you're going to be learning a little bit more about these. Some of these are actually enzymes, all right? So a nutrient is a vital component of food that provides energy and material for growth and body function. So you guys know that the reason we eat is so that we can get energy. When we eat, we feel energized and we have enough sugars to make ATP, right? Another reason we eat is to get building blocks to build our body. So for example, if you want to gain muscle, you will have to eat a lot of protein, and that protein will be used to build more muscle. And if you overeat certain types of food, that will cause you to gain weight in other ways, right? But all of this is involved in your digestive system. So you need to eat to get energy and to get the building blocks that keep you alive and built and helps you build your different body parts. All right? So the main functions of the digestive system, it starts in the mouth where you ingest your food. Ingesting just means eating. And then throughout all of these organs, like your stomach and your small intestines, your food will get broken down into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces until they are small enough to be absorbed into the blood and taken to other parts of the body. And finally, the last job of your digestive system is to eliminate waste, which means anything that you were unable to digest will leave your body and go into the toilet, as I'm sure you can guess. All right, so there are two basic categories of digestion that we're going to be talking about. The first one is mechanical digestion, and the second one is chemical digestion. All right? Mechanical digestion is when you physically break things down. So for example, when you chew your food, you're taking a big piece of food and you're breaking it down into smaller and smaller pieces, right? Another thing that we're going to be talking about is peristalsis, and we'll get to that in a minute. The second type of digestion is chemical digestion. Now, this isn't one where you are actually breaking down food like physically. It's basically when you use enzymes, which are little machines that help to break down food into smaller and smaller pieces. So basically, you have to start with mechanical digestion to make your food into small pieces, and then the chemical digestion using enzymes will break them down into the smallest pieces that they can be in. And then once the food is broken down into their molecules, the smaller molecules, then they can be used by the body. But these two types of digestion work together to actually get food and make it useful in your body. All right, so we're going to start talking about the mouth today and then the esophagus. So inside of your mouth, you undergo both types of digestion, mechanical and chemical. So the mechanical digestion found in your mouth is the motion of chewing. You know that you take food and your teeth breaks that food down into smaller and smaller pieces. You know how it feels when you swallow something that has not been chewed and it doesn't feel very good, right? So you have to break that food down into small, teeny tiny pieces before you can actually swallow it. All right? Now, you probably haven't really thought of this, but there are enzymes in your saliva that help to break down food even further. Remember, enzymes are like proteins that break things down, okay? So a good way to think about this is if you've ever had dry lips, right? You're probably tempted to lick them because you think that maybe the saliva, your spit, will help to moisturize the lips, right? But you probably realized within an hour that it only made it much, much worse. And that's because your saliva contains digestive enzymes that are breaking down your lips every time you lick them. So you have experienced the proteins or the enzymes which break things down or digest food just every time you lick your lips and they get drier, right? Now, the enzyme that we're going to be talking about in the mouth is called amylase. Amylase basically takes big things of sugar, long chains of sugar called starches, and it breaks them down into simpler sugars. All right? Now, a good experiment that you can try at home is if you take a little bit of bread and put it in your mouth. Bread contains a lot of starch, and starches are not very sweet, but simple sugars are sweet. So if you take that piece of bread, put it in your mouth and chew it for a couple of minutes, it will start to taste sweet because you're breaking it down from a starch into a simple sugar. Remember, simple sugars taste sweet. Now, from the mouth, that food that has been mechanically digested by chewing and chemically digested by the amylase goes down your esophagus. All right? So once it's in the esophagus, it's on its way towards the stomach, but we'll get to the stomach tomorrow. All right, now, once it's in the esophagus, there isn't much chemical digestion happening here, but there is another type of mechanical digestion. So there's no chewing here, but there's a motion called peristalsis. Almost your entire gastrointestinal tract, which means the whole tube that goes from your mouth all the way out to the end, is lined with muscles which contract and relax to break things down and keep things moving, right? Peristalsis pretty much pushes food through your digestive tract from your mouth all the way to the end, right? This is why if you hang upside down and you eat something, the food will still go in the right direction because your digestive system is not controlled by gravity. It's controlled by the squeezing of these muscles. And as you can see, as the muscles squeeze the food, they are further breaking it down mechanically into smaller pieces. All right? So, smooth muscles contracting rhythmically to move through food through the digestive system is called peristalsis, okay? This is not only found in the esophagus, it's found throughout your entire gastrointestinal tract. All right, so I'm just gonna show you guys a quick video of peristalsis. So here you go. As you can see, even your small intestines are undergoing peristalsis, and all of it is lined with these muscles which are able to contract and relax. So you can see right here, once you go inside, it starts to squeeze things. And that contraction and relaxation helps to break down the food further into smaller pieces. Remember, this is a form of mechanical digestion because it's physically squeezing things and breaking it down. But it's not just mechanically digesting them, it's also pushing it through your gastrointestinal tract until it's outside. All right? So now you guys have a quiz that you can finish today. Go ahead and work on that. If you need to review any of the concepts, you can come back and watch the video. Good luck.